Hi guys, here's a little low budget video on blood types. So let's start with type O on the top. Okay, so a type O red blood cell is nice and smooth on the edges. It doesn't have anything sticking out of the cell membrane. But a type O person is going to have many antibodies that will attack type B or type A blood. Now down here, I have type A models. So a type A red blood cell is going to have these little spikes sticking out of the cell membrane. These are proteins determined genetically, and these proteins will cause a reaction in anybody that has antibodies against it. So these spikes act as antigens. A person with type A is going to have antibodies against B blood type. Obviously, they don't have antibodies against A because then the blood will attack itself and that would be bad. On this side of my table, I have type B. So type B red blood cells have this different antigen, have this different protein sticking out of the red blood cells. This is another gene, another dominant gene for B. Now, type B people have antibodies against type A. And down here, I have type AB. So A and B are both dominant genes, and if a person receives A and B from mom and dad, then they're going to show up both proteins in the cell membrane. So this red blood cell has all kinds of things sticking out of the red blood cell. Now, people with type AB have no anti-A or anti-B antibodies in the plasma. Why do you think that is? Because if they did have antibodies, the antibodies would attack the red blood cells, and that would be really bad for that person. Okay, so based on that, who can donate to whom? So if we go back to our type O. So remember, the type O red blood cells don't have anything sticking out of the cell membrane. And when a person donates blood, the red blood cells are going to be separated from the plasma. So most of what goes into the recipient is concentrated red blood cells, because that's what that person needs at that moment. Plasma can be donated separately for different reasons. So if I put this red blood cell on an A person, there's really nothing to cause a reaction. So that's going to work. If I take another O cell and put it in this AB person, well, there's nothing there to cause a reaction, so we're all happy. I can put it on B and nothing happens. It's all good. That's because there's nothing to cause a reaction in the red blood cells. So type O is going to be our universal donor. He can give to anybody. But can he or she receive blood from anyone? Well, not really, because it has antibodies against A or B. So if I put an A in here, this is going to be attacked by these green little thingies, by anti-A antibodies. If I put a B, same case. So type O people can only receive from another O. I don't think I said type O, but type O can only receive from another O. I hope that makes sense. So let's take a look at A. So if I put, or if a donor type B donates to a type A, all these yellow antibodies are going to recognize that as a bad thing and attack it. They're going to clump the cells, they're going to match around them and clump them and destroy them, and that would be bad. So type B cannot go into type A. Type O can, because the universal donor, there's nothing to cause a reaction. So type A people can only donate to A or B. they have antibodies for B, so they can only take from an A or an O. So what do you think about type B? You can probably tell me yourselves. So type B, who can it donate to? Well, only another type B or an AB, because they have antibodies against A, so they can never get A. They can only take blood from a B or an O. And now the lucky guys over here. So type AB, I can put a type A in here and nothing happens because there's no antibodies. I can put a type B in here and nothing happens because there's no antibodies. So type AB has no antibodies, can take from anyone, so they call her a universal recipient. But can they donate? All these little things are going to cause a reaction anywhere you put them, so they can only donate to another AB. Now, in addition to this, you have the RH, so blood can be positive or negative. An RH positive person is going to have an extra protein sticking out that can cause a reaction in a negative person. So O negative is the golden blood that can go anywhere, but an O negative person can only receive blood from an O negative person. I will find something to explain further the RH positive and negative, and I hope this makes sense, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.